Hi, Dino again. This video is about natural parts. I want you to understand there's different ways of making natural parts. Number one, when the microstrand is blended between your own hair, remember the purpose and benefit of the microstrand is to have your hair utilized to get down to your scalp. So that is very important because we want to keep your hair healthy. What you should not do with a part, if you have the open microstrand, you don't want to comb it flat, slick flat like this. Because if you pull it tight, you're going to possibly see a little bit of the microstrand. So if you wear a part with the open microstrand, you want to keep it a little fluffy. See how my hair is fluffy? It's not a slick, tight part. You keep it fluffy. All right? Now, one way of doing that is to wet your hair when you're parting it. What you do is wet the area where the hair is parted and you comb it down. And then you take a blow dryer and blow dry it flat down like this. When you wet the hair and you brush it and blow dry it down, it makes the hair come out of the scalp more natural and makes the hair stay together, making more of a fluffy part. So again, in summary, dampen the hair where you want to part it, blow dry it straight down, then find your part and part it, and then it'll have more of a fluffier part. That's number one in reference to making a natural part. Number two, we can open up the microstrand. The microstrand can actually be cut and open like a V. If you do that, you're doing that to make a flat part. And you have to have enough of your own hair underneath to make a flat part. If your hair is very thin and you open up the microstrand, it's going to look sort of balding in the part. Although, if you have enough hair, you can open the microstrand up, thread your hair through the opening of the microstrand, and then you can make a very flat part if you want a very flat part. Next, there's a third way of doing it, and that is to use the M1. And remember, the M1 is for a bald area. That's what I have on. I have no hair. The amount of hair I have is palm of hand bald. So I have to use an M1. And an M1, I can brush it off my face. I can make a flat part. But remember, M1s are for bald areas. Okay? Now, if your hair has maybe 5% hair, you can possibly put the M1 on if it has a little bit of hair, but you're not going to get as clean of a look unless you have no hair in that area. But if you want, we can put a section of M1 in there. It's just that if you have hair underneath it, you're going to be covering that hair, and it's not the proper thing to do. All right? But you still have that option to still do that if you like. So in summary, 3 ways. Comb it back, then wet it and brush it forward. Blow dry it forward, get a more fluffy part, number one. Number two, cut open the microstrand to a V, but you have to have enough hair in between it, and that's to get a flat part. And the next one is to use the M1, mostly for a bald area, but you could still use it on very thin areas, and that'll give you more of a scalpy part. But mostly a scalpy part, the less hair you have on it. And that's it for natural parts. Please watch our next video. The next video is about natural hairlines. Thank you.